Hey everybody on YouTube. This is just a short live footage following up Postmates and Uber Eats. Right now I'm just sitting here in a parking lot waiting for a call. I had one from Postmates, but I didn't answer it quick enough, so I lost it. But usually if you just wait a few more minutes, that same one should come back, and it's actually for the tea house, which is actually right back here behind me, somewhere back there. So if any of you guys are on here, you have any questions, you could ask me. I could answer them really quick. I don't really know what else I could say that I haven't said on that past 1 hour video that I've made. But I'm just sitting here waiting for another call from Postmates. I wish I could set it up to where you could see the screen on my phone, but I don't know if you can. Let me see here. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna let me. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna let me right now. But right now I'm not really in a good parking spot, as you can see. I'm just okay. So now here is from Postmates, and this is Auntie Chang's Dumpling House. So I'm going to put this address in my GPS. Now, when you get calls like this, you have an option to use your phone's navigation, because it gives you an option to do that.
Turn left, then turn left.
But I like to use my GPS in my car. Oh, actually, I don't need GPS for that, because this is in the same parking lot right behind me. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take you guys with me, and I'll probably have to hide the camera as discreetly as possible. I'm gonna have to circle this parking lot over here. I'm gonna have to hide the camera as discreetly as possible, because I'm gonna be going into a restaurant where people are eating, and I'm going to be handling a credit card transaction, which I cannot film. So I might just have to set the phone down, and you guys can just listen. But I'll pick it back up as I'm heading out the door, and I'll show you guys the process of how I complete the transaction. So since this is Postmates, as I mentioned, I'm going to be doing a credit card transaction with a company-provided credit card. I'm just trying to make sure that I park in the right spot over here. I'm going to be doing a credit card transaction with a company credit card. I give them the card, and they swipe it and have me sign for it. And then I take it back. Hang on just a second while I get my seatbelt off and stuff. Set it up here. So usually with Uber Eats, I would not have to bring my wallet in, because I don't need the card. I just go pick it up and go. But on a transaction like this with Postmates, I do have to bring my wallet in, because I need to do the transaction. So up there, Auntie Chang's Dumpling House is where I'm going. Some people bring their bag in, but I don't. I just leave it in the car and then put it in the bag when I'm in the car. But people have their own way of doing it. So I just go up this elevator right here. Second floor. So let me see if this will still record when I have the screen off. Yes, it does. Okay. So when I get in the restaurant, I'll be turning the screen on my phone off. You'll still be able to hear sound, but I'm going to have to put my phone down to do the transaction. Hi. Picking up a Postmates order for Danilo.
What did you order?
General spicy chicken and vegetable fried rice.
Oh,
The driver already on the way.
Huh?
The driver already on the way.
No, this is Postmates.
点了一个一模一样的。
Okay.
Huh?
vegetable ramen?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. So that took a lot longer than I expected it to. So sometimes you just never know how long you're gonna wait. Sometimes it could be Super Bowl Sunday. I waited at a Pizza Hut for probably an hour and a half. But sometimes they're not that bad, and sometimes they just take like 10 minutes. Okay. So now the next process. Give me a second. So now the next process, if it'll even let me do it while I'm streaming here, is to take a picture of the receipt. So let's see if it'll even let me do it while I'm streaming. Make sure that there's no names or card numbers. Okay, we're good. So then you take a picture of the receipt. There you go. Get some air on because it's like 80 degrees right now. Okay. So, you guys can't see my screen right now, but after I take a picture of the receipt, which I did in the wrong screen like an idiot, so I'm gonna have to take it again. I've been putting in the item total right now, and then I take a picture of the receipt, because you have to upload that to the app for Postmates. There you go. You just have to make sure the total is visible and the items they got, because that's how they prove that you paid for that items and not anything else for yourself. And then I turn on my GPS. And it looks like they live pretty close. So luckily my GPS doesn't say street names. But I'm going to come over here. Right there. Okay. So I don't know if you guys can still hear me. It looks like the app may have stopped working. But right now I'm just tying the bag in a knot to keep it from any heat escaping and more easier to carry, and so that no germs or anything can get in there. And this is Postmates, so I'm going to grab my Postmates bag. Alright, sorry about that. The app stopped working for some reason. So I don't know when it cut off, but right now I am going to put this bag in my black Postmates bag. As you can see, it's hard to see the logo. So I have the black Postmates bag, and I'm going to put the food in the bag. So that way it keeps it warm, and the customer feels better when they see that you have taken care of their food that they're about to eat when it's in a bag, so that nothing else can get to it. So now, let me plug my phone in. So now I'm going to drive to the customer's house. Try not to film the GPS here, because I do not want to be responsible for leaking customer's address or anything happening or getting some kind of a strike on YouTube, because this is just for purposes of showing you guys how this works.
After 300 yards, turn right.
Now, usually I would just be sitting here listening to music, but due to copyright claims on YouTube that everybody knows about, I can't be listening to music right now. This way. So if any of you that are watching, looks like there's only one person watching, there was two. But if any of you are watching have any questions, you can go ahead and write them, and I will try to answer them. And try not to get myself killed in the process. Sorry I can't have my phone up and film the actual road, but I need to be paying attention.
Turn right.
Need to be paying attention to the road, not my phone. And I also don't want to be showing any street names. But right now it is 9:05 p.m. I think I started working around 7, and I have worked from 7 till 2 a.m. before. As long as the calls keep coming in, I will keep delivering them, because you never know when you're going to get that one good tip. Because I got a tip.
Turn ahead.
I got a tip of $22 before. That was my biggest tip. And tips really do help, because on this little job that I'm about to deliver right now, I might get a little bit more because I had to sit there and wait. But since it is so close and it was an easy one to do, well, I don't know about easy. When I mean easy, I mean it's quick and easy because it's close.
After
and
400 yards, turn right.
The total
then
wasn't that
take
much.
The second left.
It was just easy. I'll probably only get $4 or $5 for this delivery alone. It really depends on the miles from the pickup location and the drop-off location. And, is there somebody standing out here in... Oh, they're on a bike. Okay.
Turn right, then take the second left.
So it really depends on the miles from the pickup location and the drop-off location. And how long do you wait at the pickup location? And I'm turning right here, so I don't know why I'm just sitting there.
After 100 yards, turn left. Turn left, then you have reached your destination.
Okay, I think I might have delivered to this one before. I'm looking for... I almost said the number.
After 100 yards. You have reached your
I
destination.
think this is it right here. This might be the guy standing out here. Sometimes they stand outside by the curb, and when you pull up, they're already there, which is nice. But this is Postmates, and usually Postmates people don't do that. But I'm gonna park right here. This might be him. Okay, never mind. He might have walked off. I don't know. Let me ask him really quick. Oh, he's walking further, so maybe not. So I'm probably gonna have to go up and. Okay. So sometimes they don't make it too easy, and you get to go around their apartment and find their apartment number. And even still, they may not give you a tip after you've walked around their long hallways and up 2 or 3 flights of stairs. Sometimes they still don't give you a tip, but usually Postmates is pretty good about tipping, and you will almost always get a tip from that person. So ugh. Oh, hi. Good. How are you? There you go. Thank you so much. You're welcome. You too. So sorry for those of you who might have headphones on and all this loud moving around is like right in your ears, and I'm like hurting your ears. So that one I got kind of lucky. He wasn't out at the curb waiting for me when I got here, but he did come down and come out, so I didn't have to walk the hallways and deal with gate codes and entry codes and stuff like that, or having to go up to the guy at the front desk and having them page them to make sure that I can go up because they're expecting food. So that one was pretty cool. So now I'm just going to sit here and wait for another call after I say that I have successfully dropped this one off. So it is like a follow-up of the last video that I made that's like an hour long, but this you are getting the live version of it. So I would have thought about doing this earlier when it was daytime because it would have been a lot easier to see, but I figure if you can just see the process that I go through, that it might be enough for those of you who might think about trying to sign up for this. Okay, so I got $4.25 excluding tip for that drop off. So sometimes, even though you sat there and waited, because the drop off was so close, it kind of like cancels out your wait time. So you can get $4.25 for that. So his apartment here was only 0.80 miles away from the restaurant, so it was really pretty close. It was only like 2 or 3 blocks away. But sometimes you can, if he tips online, with Postmates, how I mentioned in the video, they give you cash in hand, or most of the time they don't tip you at all because they don't know. But most of the time, people that pay with Postmates, and especially people that live in nice apartments like this one that I'm parked out in front of you, unfortunately I can't show it to you, but there's a lot of rich, nice apartments that cost a lot of money to live at that I have delivered to, and usually people that live here that order from Postmates, usually they do give a pretty good tip. Average tip is probably around $5. But actually, a couple hours ago, I got a tip from a guy from Uber Eats, and he gave me a $3 tip. So it just really depends. So I have Postmates turned back on. I'm going to turn Uber Eats back on. When you have them both on at the same time, it maximizes your chances of getting a call. Let me make sure that this is still running good. So, those of you that aren't watching live now, and maybe watching later on YouTube, you can still ask questions down below. I'll try to answer all of them that I can. For those of you who want to see something different, or maybe would want to see another one of these live versions during the daytime, maybe I can try to do that. I really don't do this every day. I try to, but since I just built my new gaming PC, which I paid for with all this money that I've earned from this, I haven't been working lately because I've been on the computer a lot trying to finish up installing all the programs and games that I play on it. So I do plan on doing a PC build video, but since it was my first time building and I didn't want to mess anything up and I was taking my time, it took like 6 hours for me to do, and yeah, I did record the whole thing, but it's going to take a while to sort through and edit 6 hours of video because I'm not going to upload 6 hours worth of video to YouTube because nobody wants to see that. I don't even want to see it, so it's going to take me a while and have the patience to go through and sort through 6 hours of video. But I do have two different angles of it, and I tried to zoom in the best that I can. I wanted to get an overhead position of it, like looking down into the computer, but unfortunately I didn't have the right equipment and the right cables and everything to be able to do that, so I just had two different angles. I had two different cameras on a tripod on each side of the room, so I did the best that I can, but you'll just have to see whenever I get around to uploading the video. But enough about the computer. I'm just sitting here waiting for another job. I see we have one person in here. I don't know if you were the same one that was in here before, or if you're even in here, because now it says 0 again. But feel free again to ask any questions, and I'll try to answer them. Let me go back to my original waiting spot that is like the hot zone. Okay.
Turn right. Then, at the end of the road, turn right.
So sometimes whenever I drop one off, see if I can make this. Whenever I drop one off, instead of sitting here at the address waiting for another call, I like to go back to my original location that I sit and wait at because that's where I seem to get the most calls from. When I go and sit in that certain location, I get more calls over there. So that's just my base location, I guess you could say, that I always go and sit and wait at. And most of the times, if it's a good night and I'm pretty busy, like, I'll get a call before I even get back to that location. So I have to pull over and put in the new address and head over there. But tonight, I don't know. I'm only a mile away from there, so we'll have to see if I get a call between now and then. And I don't know how well or if any of you heard that notification from Postmates that I got, that loud dinging. That was from Postmates. Now, if I get one from Uber, it's a lot softer and quieter and harder to hear. So when I have both of them on like that, I can't play the radio too loud because I have missed jobs from Uber Eats before from not being able to hear that notification. And unfortunately, they don't give you the option to change that notification or the volume of it in the app. So that's one thing I wish they would allow you to do, but they don't. So I have to keep the radio down and just listen for it. Ooh, pothole. Another thing Houston is known for is their huge potholes in the street you have to watch out for that never seem to get fixed. Or if they do get fixed, they're fixed with very cheap material and they only last about 2 weeks before opening up again. Getting kind of hungry. That's another thing that about this job is that now I brought some Pringles with me, but I'm not going to sit here and eat on camera where you guys can hear me. So you also want to make sure that you want to bring some snacks and some water or something to drink. Otherwise, make sure you have some extra bucks on you for some food, because when you're driving around and you're picking up all these nice smelling meals, people's dinners from restaurants and everything that smells so good, you're going to want to order some food for yourself. So just make sure that you eat before you start going and heading to a job or a location. So I always try to eat like before I leave the house, and then like halfway in between I'll like take a break, turn the apps off, and go pick up some food somewhere, because most of the time I'm just not organized and I never think to bring food with me. So plus the hotspot location that I am coming up on is actually called Raising Cane's, and they're a really good chicken place. So I always sit there and wait for a job, or I'll go in and eat or something like that. Now, this location right here, this is South Shepherd and Westheimer. This intersection right here, for those of you who are asking me what's the best location, this location right here, South Shepherd and Westheimer, right here by this Exxon gas station. Right behind that mattress firm right there is a Randall's parking lot. That's where I was sitting and waiting earlier, where I picked up the food. Way down there, down the street on the left, is Raising Cane's. This is a really good location. This is like a good hot spot for both apps. I always sit around here and wait for a job, and if it's a good day, I never wait more than about 5 or 10 minutes for a job. And if it's a bad day, sometimes you could sit there and wait for a half an hour before. So I've actually like laid back and like took a nap waiting for a call to come in. But for those of you who are asking what a good location is, South Shepherd and Westheimer is a good location. This is where you want to be in Houston to get jobs. Now, downtown Houston is a good location too, but I try to stay away from downtown Houston because there's no parking, and
After 300 yards, you have reached your destination.
because there is no parking, and I don't think I put it on YouTube. I think I only put it on Facebook that a couple weeks ago I parked in downtown Houston and I got a $70 parking ticket. So that was one downside to the parking here on this app, or on these type of jobs. Now, this Cane's I like to sit at is on What street is this? This is South Shepherd? No, this is Westheimer. Westheimer and Hazard Street. So this Cane's is a good spot to sit and wait. I've gotten lots of jobs for Cane's before. So this is a good spot to sit. And as I was saying, downtown Houston is a good spot. And in the Galleria area, that's a good spot. The only thing I don't like, though, about the Galleria is that in the Galleria Mall, there is a place. Is it a burger place? I think it's called Shake Shack or something like that. Some kind of a burger and shake place that's in the Galleria Mall. So now I'm just going to sit here and wait. But there is a shake/burger place called the Shake Shack, I believe, that is in the Galleria Mall. And I've had 2 pickups from there before. And it sucks because you have to go into the underground parking, find a good spot that's not reserved or handicapped, or a spot that you won't park in accidentally and then get towed. So you have to find a good spot to park. Then you gotta walk up and find... Okay, now that was Uber Eats. After about 10 minutes of inactivity, they ask you if you want to stay online, and you need to pull down your notifications and hit stay online. Because for whatever reason, they think that you're not working or whatever, so they ask you if you want to stay online, so you have to constantly click that. But back to the Galleria, you have to go in the underground parking. You have to find the spot to get up into the mall, and then you have to go and look at the mall directory and find out where the Shake Shack is. And you have to walk around the whole mall until you find it. At least this is what I had to do the first time I go in there, because I've only been in the Galleria a couple times. I don't usually go there, but I don't know the layout too well, so I had to walk around the mall and walk up and down until I found the right wing that the Shake Shack was in, way at the end. And then I went to go order the food and sit there and wait like 15 or 20 minutes for it and pick it up. Then I had to walk all the way back down to the underground parking and drive out, and it took me a good half an hour or maybe more just for that one pickup. And there was one time when, the first time that I did that, actually, that it was with Postmates, and I did something on the app to where I think I didn't select that I was there waiting for it, or I didn't pick it up, or... Oh no, I know what happened. My phone messed up with my data signal. And I had to like restart my phone or restart the app or something like that. And I lost the time that I sat there and wait for it. So when I went to go and hit confirm drop off, it said your total payment is $425. After waiting there for almost an hour, so I lost the amount of time that I sat there and waited. So sometimes there is a little glitch like that could happen. It's better now. It hasn't happened since then, but with Postmates, there was, the app has been glitchy, and I used to have to restart the app all the time because the hot zone would move constantly. But it's pretty better now. And this video may also turn into a 1-hour video, as long as I have stuff to talk about or stuff to show you. Kind of waiting for an order from Uber Eats, just so you can see how an order from Uber Eats is. But again, this is the Cane's that I'm sitting at. This is, it'll focus, that's Westheimer Road in front of me. I don't know why that says McDuffie Street. I think that's my street to the right, but over on the left side over there that you can't see, that long black street, that's Hazard Street right there. So Hazard Street, Westheimer is in front of me, and then right to my right on the other side of the parking lot is McDuffie Street. So this is the Cane's that I like to sit here and wait at for a job. feel free to, if you're watching online, to skip through these parts of the videos if you're watching it later and not live, because this will probably be a boring few minutes of me just sitting here quietly or doing whatever. As a matter of fact, I think I will take a few bites of chips, so if you don't like hearing people chew, you can mute your sound. I'm just going to see if I can lay you up on the dashboard here. That's not going to work, is it? I'm going to have to put you there. Actually, I won't have to. Okay, actually, I'm just going to end it right here. Any of you guys that are watching later online, you let me know if you want to see a different live version of this in the daytime. And I will try to do that. I don't know how long it'll take me or when's the next time that I'll be able to do it. But this has just been an update video for... What are you doing? This is just an update video for those of you that wanted to see more about it. So, thank you everybody for watching, and tune in next time.